everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting. I had an issue with my computer, but everything's working now. We'll go ahead and get started sitting in your usual easy seat, Sukhasana. Close your eyes with me. Rest one hand on the chest and place the other hand on the abdomen. Become aware of your breath. Notice the chest rise and fall with the inhalation and exhalation. Simply witness the breath. Let it flow naturally. Feel the belly as it inflates and deflates beneath the hand. And just continue to sit with your breath, keeping your mind focused only on the movement of the breath. Release your hands to the knees. Inhale through the nose, slow exhalation out through the nostrils as you hinge forward from the hips, walking the hands out to let your head hang. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, and sit tall. Let's reach our right arm overhead. Rotate your chest upward to the ceiling. Look up to your right. Inhale, center, and exhale, turning to the right, left hand outside of the right knee. Moving with your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist from the waist. Push away with the back hand as you return to center. Stretch the left arm overhead. Inhale to center, and we're going to exhale as we turn to our left. Inhale, elongate the spine, and exhale, twist from the waist. Make sure the right hand's to the outside of the left thigh. And push off the back hand, return to center. And we'll bring our opposite leg in front. Moving to your chest opener, place the fingertips on the floor behind you. Turn the fingertips away from the hips. Roll your shoulders back. And if you'd like, you can push your entire palm to the floor. You can even walk the hands close together if you want, so the sides of the pinky fingers touch. Feel free to close the eyes with me, focusing on your Ujjayi breath. You're controlling the breath at this point, no longer passively witnessing it. Actively move the breath through the body. Long inhalations through the nose, even longer exhalations out through the nostrils. One more breath, and you can open your eyes. Reach the arms out to the sides and slide the right hand out first as you raise the left arm overhead. Your gaze is upward to the left. You're still opening the chest, turning that chest up to the ceiling as well. Keeping both sit bones pressed into the floor. And then we'll do it on the other side. So push off the bottom hand, left hand slides out. Right arm stretches overhead. Look upward. Keep both sit bones glued to the ground. That includes your right sit bone. And then pushing through the bottom hand, we'll return to center. Inhale, take the arms up, and exhale, hands in front of heart center. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Still use your Ujjayi breath. Remember, with the breathing, it's the breath that controls the movement. So you're going to start the breath, letting it lift the arms, and then begin the exhale to lower the hands in front of heart center. And let's go around one final time. When your exhalation is complete and you find your hands back in front of heart center, then release them to the knees so the palms are turned down. Inhale, use the exhalation to open the eyes, hinging forward from the hips. Walk your hands out, let your head hang. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest, sitting tall once more. We'll move on to our spinal balance, coming to all fours. Right now you've got your knees hip width apart, wrists under shoulders. Stretch back through the right leg and push into the ball of the right foot. With the inhalation, lift the heel in line with the hip and extend your left arm out in front. Right leg reaching back, left arm reaching forward. If you'd like to move further, bend the right knee and hold on to your ankle with the left hand. With your next exhalation, bring your hand and knee to the floor. Reach back through the left leg and push into the ball of the foot. Inhale as the heel lifts in line with the hip, and you can extend your right arm out in front. It's your choice if you want to go further by bending the left knee and holding onto the ankle with your right hand. Exhale, hand and knee come to the floor. We'll drop our sit bones to the heels and take a rest in child's pose. Use the inhalation to lift the head and chest. Come to all fours and separate your knees hip width apart. Cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chest. Point the tailbone up to the ceiling. And with the exhalation, feel the pull of the tailbone under, rounding it back one vertebrae at a time. Bring the chin to your chest. Continue with your own breath. Let the breath begin and end the movement. We've got one more cat-cow. And then when the exhalation is finished, you can bring your spine into a neutral position. And from here, we'll drop back to Balasana or child's pose. Legs together, resting the sit bones on the heels, arms extended, forehead on the floor, or the modified version with a fist stacked on top of the other to rest your forehead on. So you decide. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. We're going to come up onto all fours. And moving to a downward facing dog, curl the toes under, lift the hips, press the chest to the knees as you sink your heels to the ground. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath. Bending the knees, looking in between the thumbs. Walk or step your feet in between each hand. Bend the knees again and inhale the arms up. Lift the chest. Exhale as you reach back for Urdhva Hastasana, your upward salute. Chin lifted, gaze to the thumbs. Inhale, center. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. This is Uttanasana, your standing forward bend. Inhale as you lengthen through the spine and look out in front. Exhale, fold in half. With the knees bent and the palms on the ground, step into a plank. Engage your abdominals. Turn the elbows to the hips, lower the chest. Inhale as you lift the heart and chest and press into the tops of the feet. Bend the elbows, lower the chest to the ground, push off the floor, curl the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Use your Ujjayi breath. Bend the knees again, looking forward in between the thumbs, walk or step the feet in between the hands. Bend your knees, this protects your lower back as you inhale your arms up, lift the chest, and exhale for another upward salute. Inhale, center, exhale, back to standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front. We'll exhale and fold in half. Bend the knees, palms on the mat. Step into your plank again. Position the shoulders over the wrists and squeeze the upper arms to the sides of the torso. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And with the exhalation, bend the elbows, press off the ground, curling the toes under, downward facing dog. We're going to go to a warrior one from here. So for the warrior one, turn your left heel in towards your right arch. So notice I turn my left heel in, and I'm going to step or place my right foot in between my hands. My back left foot is on the floor this time, and it's turned out. Turn your hips to face the short edge of the mat. So we're not in a runner's lunge, we're in warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Keep your chest lifted. It's up to you if you'd like to lift your chin and gaze to the thumbs. Push into the back left foot. We're going to transition to warrior two next. Reach back with the left arm, forward with the right. Shoulders stay stacked over the hips. Your torso straight up and down, not reaching forward. Pull your right thigh out to the right side. And then return to warrior one. So you're going to swing the left arm forward. You're going to slightly rotate or turn that back left foot in so you can square your hips off to the short edge of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, step to a plank, looking out in front. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and then bend the elbows, press off the floor, curling the toes under, downward facing dog. Still using your Ujjayi breath. Throughout the entire sun salutation sequence, continue to control the breath. We'll repeat the same sequence of warrior one and two by turning the right heel in towards the left foot, and then stepping, or if you want, you can place the left foot in between the hands. Keep the right foot on the floor. Inhale, arms up. Right hip turn forward towards your left knee. Chest lifted. If you'd like, you can turn your drishti, your gaze up to the thumbs. Bring your awareness to the back right foot. Press into the outside edge of the back right foot. Moving to Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Make sure you can see that left big toe. If you can't, inch it forward a bit. And then we're going to take it to warrior one again. Right arm swings forward. Right foot turns in towards the left heel slightly. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Back to plank. Engage the abdominals. Keep those abdominals tight. Point the elbows to the hips. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing into the tops of the feet. Bend the elbows, push off the floor. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward in between the thumbs, walk or step your feet forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, arms lift the chest. Exhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Bend the knees as you drop the feet into Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, drop your seat. Inhale, arms up, upper arms alongside the ears. Exhale, drop the seat. Lift the hips, fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front. Exhale, fold in half. Here we're going to go to Parsvottanasana. If you want to block, go ahead and bring it in front of your feet. Bend your knees. Right foot stays in front. Step back to the left foot. It's up to you the width of the base. I have about 3.5 feet, I would guess, or 3 feet in between the back right heel and the arch of the back left foot. Hips are facing the short edge of the mat in front. The wider the base, the more challenging the posture will be. Our right leg stays straight, so you can always hold on to the right leg if you want, or use the block to bring the floor to you, or fingertips or even palms on the ground. Okay, we're gonna do pyramid pose. It's very similar, but it mimics our natural walking steps. So as you bend the right knee, step your left foot forward. Pay attention to the feet here. They're parallel to each other. And there's only a gap of maybe 3 to 6 inches in between the front and back foot. I'm gonna let you decide if you wanna hold on to the leg, use the block again, or fingertips or palms to the floor. Or you could even extend your arms out and press your palms together. If you've reached your arms forward, keep the upper arms alongside the ears. And exhale, hands on the ground. Bend the right knee, step the left foot forward. We're gonna come all the way up, bend your knees, inhale, arms up, lift the chest, and exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, back to chair. So right now the hands are pushed together in front of heart center. You're pulling your navel in and up. Slight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale, drop the seat. Inhale, arms up. Upper arms alongside the ears. Straight arms. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips, coming to your standing forward bend. Half standing forward bend. Inhale, lengthening the spine as you look out in front. And then exhale, fold in 2. So same sequence, we're gonna start an intense side stretch. Bend the knees, left foot's in front. Step back to the right. So right now, for Parsvottanasana, intense side stretch, you've got a wide base, anywhere from 3 feet to 3.5 feet in between the heel of your left foot and the arch of your back right foot. Gaze is out in front, keeping the spine long. There's a slight turnout in the back right foot. The feet aren't parallel yet. So make sure there's like maybe 45-degree angle or so in that back right foot. As you transition to a pyramid pose, Bend the left knee and step your right foot into your natural gait, your natural walking step. Remember the option, you can hold on to the leg, the block, or the fingertips or palms on the floor, just like you did in the previous pose. Double check your feet are parallel to each other. You don't want a tightrope walk, you don't want one foot behind the other. And of course, you can extend your arms out and push the palms together if you'd like, reaching out to the fingertips. If that throws you off balance, no big deal. Just keep your hands on the floor, or your leg or block. We'll return the hands to the ground. Bend the left knee and step the right foot forward. Bend both knees again. Inhale, arms up, lift the chest, and exhale to Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center. Exhale to chair. Pulling the navel in and up. Remember that slight tuck to the tailbone. Exhale, drop the seat. I'll mirror you here as we go to triangle pose or Trikonasana. Keep your right foot in front and step back onto the left. Straighten the front leg, your right leg. Reach the arms out. Push the left hip over. Right side of the body travels in line with the right knee. It's up to you if you want to gaze upward to the raised thumb. If it throws you off balance, look forward or down to your right big toe. Option to bind the raised left arm behind the back. If you did that, your left hand is reaching for the right inner thigh. We'll release our hand, looking forward at the right big toe. Whenever you're ready, step to Mountain Tadasana, rotating your palms outward. Inhale as you reach the arms up, lift the chest, and exhale for Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale to your center, and exhale back to Tadasana, chair pose Utkatasana. Next exhalation, drop the seat. And we'll go to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Your left foot stays in front as you step back to your right foot. There's a turn in this back foot. Reach the arms out. Push the right hip back. Left side of the body in line with the left knee. Option to bind the right arm behind the back with the right hand reaching for the left inner thigh. Continue to use the Ujjayi breath. Release the posture, unwind the arm. As you look down at the left big toe, you can bend the left knee and step into Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead, lift the chest, and exhale for Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Stepping wide to face the widest edge of the mat. The sides of the feet are parallel to the short edges of the mat. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. We're going to slide our hands down the legs, and you can use a block or place your fingertips or palms on the floor. Top of the head pointed to the ground. Look in between your legs. Engage your quadriceps. Squeeze the muscles here in the fronts of the thighs. Let's bend our knees here. Take your time as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. What's your vertical? Reach your arms overhead, lift the chest, and reach back for a counter stretch. You can even lift the chin here and look upward to your thumbs. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in front of heart center. Okay, so now we're going to interlace the fingers behind our back. You can stay where you are. I'll just turn a bit so you can see what I've done with my hands. And we're going to start to lift them up off our lower back as we hinge forward from the hips. Let your hands fall towards the head. Make sure all your toes are facing the front edge of the mat so the sides of the feet are parallel to the short edges of the mat. And we'll put a bend in our right knee. Just a little lunge here. Straighten your right leg as you bend your left knee. And going back and forth at your own pace, alternately bending the right and left knee. You can take your time. Keep using your breath. And do one more each side and come back to center. Once both legs are straight again, we're gonna bend the knees as we roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time again. Standing tall, inhale, arms up, hands together, exhale, upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, center, exhale, hands in front of heart center. You can release your hands here and heel toe the feet into mountain pose, Tadasana, with the palms turned outwards. Close your eyes, press the hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of heart center. We'll move to tree pose next, or Vrksasana. Stand tall, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the focus down to your feet. Lift your toes, spread your toes wide into the mat. Press the four corners of the foot into the floor. Both sides of the ball of the foot and both sides of the heel of the foot are rooted into the ground. Inhale, exhale, open the eyes, stare to fixed point, and start with your right foot. You can rest it either on the ankle or the lower leg, or even place it on your inner thigh. Be sure and turn your right knee out to the right side. Inhale as you take the arms overhead. And exhale, hands in front of heart center. Knee returns to the midline, and we're back in Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes, press the hands together in front of your heart center to aid with concentration. Stand tall, relax your shoulders. Your neck is long here. Pick up all the toes once more, fan them out into the mat, and push the four corners of the foot into the floor. Inhale, exhale as you open the eyes, stare at a non-moving object to help with your balance as you rest the foot either on the ankle, the lower left leg, or either your lower right leg or your right inner thigh. I invite you to reach the arms overhead whenever you're ready. And you can lift from underneath your rib cage. Exhale as you return your hands in front of heart center. Bring the knee to the midline and step into mountain pose or Tadasana. Moving to your king dancer pose, Nadarajasana, with the arms extended out. Step back onto your right big toe. Balance on your right big toe. Look at something on the floor out in front of you. Keep your gaze there as you bend the right knee. Your first option is to stay here, or you can hold on to the inside of the right foot with your right hand and reach your left arm up. We're going to keep our left upper arm alongside our ear. To move deeper into the pose, press the right foot into the hand. You're pushing the foot away from you as you come forward. Inhale, center, release, and come into Tadasana. Extending the arms out, step back to the left big toe. Bend the left knee. Same option as before, you can hold on to the inside arch of the left foot, right arm reaching up to the ceiling, and push the left foot away from you into your hand. Inhale, back to center, and return to Tadasana. Stepping towards the shortest edge of the mat, place the hands on your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, looking out in front. Exhale, fold in half. Your knees are bent, your palms are on the floor. Step to plank. Modify the plank, knees, tops of the feet on the floor. Pull the sit bones to the heels. Rest here in your child's pose, Balasana. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, come to all fours. Lowering one hip to the floor, we're going to swing our legs around to the short edge of the mat and come into Dandasana, our staff pose. Walk the heels partway up the mat. This is boat pose that we're doing next, or Navasana, with the hands behind the thighs, lean back. It's a balancing pose, so you can look at a non-moving object, pick up the feet. This is the first option if you want to stay here. Otherwise, you can extend the legs out and extend the arms. Try not to hold the breath. You're still using your Ujjayi breath. Head, bend the knees, feet to the floor. We didn't hold that too long, right? And we're in Dandasana, staff pose. Moving to your seated forward bend or Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Holding onto the fronts of the lower legs, the ankles, or the backs of the feet, or using a prop like a strap or even a tie or towel is fine. Just place it around the balls of the feet. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep your chest lifted. We'll inhale back to Dandasana, staff pose. Moving to a modified version of fish pose. Walk the hands about 6 inches or so behind the hips. Make sure you're keeping your fingers facing the toes. Roll the shoulders back and look up. So this is just a very modified version of your fish pose. And looking back at the toes. You can keep the hands where you are because we're going to table pose next. Walk the feet partway up the mat. Push through the heels and palms and lift the hips. We're trying to lift our hips in line with the knees so we have our torso and our upper legs parallel with the ground. Your choice to look straight ahead, up to the ceiling if it doesn't hurt your neck, or to point the top of the head to the floor. Remember, if you turn the top of the head to the floor, your gaze is upward to the ceiling, more in the direction towards your nose. Be aware of the breath. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath. Lift the head, look forward to the wall in front of you as you drop the hips to the ground and extend your legs out. Back to your staff pose on Dandasana. We'll slide our fingers towards our knees, looking at the belly button as you roll to your elbows. shoulder blades, and then let your head rest on the floor. Walk your heels to the sit bones. At first, lower the small of the back to the floor. We're going to transition to reclining bound angle pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. As you do this, press the soles of the feet together and drop the knees out to the side. Now you'll notice a natural arch to your lower back. Slide the arms away from the sides of your torso and open your palms up to the ceiling. I invite you to close your eyes here. Return your breath to its natural breathing rate, no longer using the Ujjayi breath. There's no need to control it. Let it flow naturally. We'll gently reopen our eyes, return the knees towards the ceiling, feet flat on the floor, arms alongside the torso, and once again, lower the small of the back to the floor. Let's cross our right ankle over our left knee and turn the right knee out to the side. Right ankle straight, you can flex the right foot. Inhale, left foot up off the floor. Your choice here. You can hold on to the right shin with both hands. To go a little bit deeper, the option is to thread the needle right arm in between the legs, interlacing the fingers behind the back of the left thigh, or just over the front of the left shin. Neck long, so your chin is neutral. Exhale as you continue to guide the legs towards your chest. And we are using our Ujjayi breath here, breathing slowly and deeply in and out through the nose. Release your hands, lower the left foot to the floor, uncross the legs. We're going to go to our left side next. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Turn the left knee out to the side. Flex your left foot. Inhale, right foot up off the floor, holding onto the left shin, threading the needle, left arm in between the legs, interlacing the hands behind the back of the thigh is the second option, or interlacing the hands over the front of the right shin. Release your hands, lower the right foot to the floor, uncross your legs, slide one leg down the mat, then the other, roll your legs in and out from the hips, and then let them rest. We'll walk our heels into our sit bones again, lower the small of the back to the floor, and we're going to go into a reclining twist next. So I'm just going to move a little bit lower down my mat so I have some room. Take your arms out to the sides. Your hands are in line with the shoulders. Gaze is upward to the ceiling at the moment. Inhale the knees to the chest. Exhale, lower your knees to the right. Your head is turned to the left. I'm going to face you for now, but your head is looking towards the left. Your knees are dropped to the right. Option to place the right hand on the side of the left thigh. You're welcome to keep the hand on the floor if you prefer. And for those of you who want to move deeper into the posture, pull your right knees up to your right underarm and extend your top left leg out, holding onto the heel with the right hand. That's completely optional. That's pretty intense. So I'll leave it to you which of those options you want to do today. Return the head to center, both hands on the floor again with both knees bent. Inhale as you pull the knees to the chest. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Your gaze is turned towards your right hand. Knees to the left, head turned to the right. Option for your left hand to rest on the side of the right thigh. It's not too high up on the thigh, it's more in the middle of the thigh. You just don't want to pull on your knee, it's all. And same thing, if you want to move further into the posture, you can stretch out your piriformis by extending the top right leg out and then holding onto the right heel with the left hand. I don't have any space, so I'm just gonna move down a little bit more. Your knees are stacked on top of each other. If you've extended the top right leg out, make sure the left knee is supporting the right knee. Return your head to center, release both palms to the floor with both knees bent. Inhale the knees to the chest. Hug the shins as you pull the knees to the body for little rocks to and fro, side to side. Your choice if you want to lift up the head and shoulders, making yourself into a tight little ball. And then come back to center. Release the head, lower the shoulders to the floor. Release your hands and return the feet to the ground. Guided relaxation is next. Turn off your lights if you want. Add a blanket, an eye pillow, socks, whatever makes you comfortable. And then I'll meet you in Shavasana for guided relaxation. Remember, for Shavasana, legs are separated to form the letter V, so the heels are out towards the corner edges of the mat. Arms slightly away from the sides of the torso, and palms turned upward to the ceiling. So just close your eyes and relax. Please stay comfortably reclined on your mat, and I'll let you know when it's time to get up again. Take an active inhalation through your nose with a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. Let your awareness flow down to your toes. Wiggle the toes, and then let the feet rest. Move on to your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Open wide through the palms. Stretch all the way out through your fingertips. Curl the fingers in, making a soft fist. Pump it a few times, and release. Letting the hands open again. Becoming aware of the natural curl of the fingers with the hands at rest. Let your awareness flow back to the feet and visualize the healing energy. It can take any form that you'd like. Let the energy flow into the big toe. And just notice your big toe. Nothing else but a very small part of the body. Move the healing energy to the second toe, becoming aware of how the second toe feels in this single moment in time. Then at your own pace, let the energy flow into the next toe and the next until eventually it reaches the smallest toe. Notice the spaces in between each of the toes. Let the energy flow down the backs of the toes and wash through the soles of the feet. Feel the energy massaging the bottoms of the feet, rubbing away any cramping, any fatigue that might exist in your foot. As you continue to hold your awareness in the foot, visualize all of the small bones that compose your foot Think about the spaces in between each of the small bones that make up the foot. Let the healing energy flow through the tops of the feet, into the ankles. Feel the natural turn out of the ankles as you rest here on your mat in Shavasana, the corpse pose. Let the energy rise up the fronts of the lower legs. Feel it wrap around the sides of the lower legs and flow into the calf muscles and the backs of the lower legs. Guide the healing energy up to the knees. Let the energy flow higher, flowing into the fronts of your thighs. As the energy travels through the quadriceps, consciously relax the quads, filling this muscle group. Let go, release, then move the healing energy around the sides of the thighs and let it flow into the hamstrings and the backs of your thighs. As the energy continues to move through the hamstrings, let any tension, any emotions that may have collected in the hamstrings start to ease away. Guide the energy up to the hips. Feel it swirl around the outsides of your hips. Allow your hips to unwind and open. Let the energy continue on its upward journey. Feel it travel into the abdominal cavity. Soften the belly. Guide the healing energy higher, letting it flow upward to the center of your chest. From here, feel the energy spread out across the chest, just like a pleasant sensation reaching all the way out to the sides of the rib cage. Allow your chest to untighten. Guide the energy upwards to the tops of the shoulders. Relax your shoulders towards the floor. Feel the support of the ground beneath you. Move the energy up from the shoulders into each side of the neck. Soften your throat. Relax the jawline. Then move the energy into the face. Let the energy spread out across the face, moving all of your facial muscles out to the sides, releasing any lines or creases that might exist in the face. Move the energy from the forehead into the scalp. Let this healing energy wash throughout the entire scalp like warm water from a shower. Feel your scalp loosen. Move the energy from the back of the scalp slowly into the back of the neck. As you become aware of the back of the neck, visualize the small muscles in the back of your neck softening, letting any residual stress in this area fade away. Then very slowly guide the healing energy down the spine, allowing it to spiral in between the spaces of each of the vertebrae that make up the spine until eventually it reaches the base of the spine. Feel the energy radiate out from the center of the spine and flow across the middle of the back. Let the healing energy slide down into the lower back and guide it up across your shoulder blades. Feel the energy beginning to freely course throughout the entire back, deeply massaging all of the muscles of the back, seeking out any knots that might exist within the muscles of the back, and just rubbing those knots away. Move the energy up from the shoulder blades, back to the tops of the shoulders. Let the healing energy flow through the upper arms, relaxing the muscles in your upper arms. Move the energy into the elbows. Become aware of the spaciousness in each elbow joint. Feel the energy as it flows through the forearms and into the wrist joints. Pausing at the wrist joints to experience that same spaciousness as you did in the elbow joints. And when you're ready, let the healing energy flow into the hands and collect in the center of the palms. Once you feel that you're holding this energy in each hand, send it out to the fingers. Begin to notice each finger individually. As you become aware of a single finger, take a moment to notice the knuckle joint within that single finger and even sense the spaciousness within the knuckle joint of the finger. And once you have given yourself a chance to check in with each finger in your own time, let the healing energy exit out through the fingertips. Visualize the energy removing with it any toxins or impurities from the body, leaving your entire body cleansed and deeply relaxed, and your mind still awake, still aware, just highly focused and at peace as you turn your concentration to one point, training it for the moment to focus on just your relaxation. Let's take an active inhalation through the nose, longer exhalation out through the nostrils. I invite you to reopen your eyes. Stay relaxed and comfortable in Shavasana, so still resting on the back. We'll begin to reawaken the body. Take your time, begin to wiggle the toes, roll the ankles around, roll the entire leg in and out from the hips. Then let the lower half of the body relax. Move to the hands, wiggle your fingers. Let's return some circulation back to the hands. Walk the heels to the sit bones. When both knees are bent, raise your right arm overhead, rest it on the floor behind you. Roll onto your right side and stay resting here for a few natural breaths. When you're ready, push your palms to the floor, press yourself up into your easy seat, Sukhasana, and we'll move on to our meditation. Just 1 minute. We'll be training our mind to focus on a single point. We'll focus on our third eye. It's an energy point or a chakra. It's located right here in between the eyebrows and slightly above. So with the eyes closed, the hands can rest either with the palms turned down on the knees. If you prefer, the palms can be turned upward to the ceiling. If you'd like, you're welcome to add a mudra, pressing the index finger and thumb together to aid with concentration. Or you can form a baker's bowl in your lap by placing one hand in the side of the other, palms opened upward to the ceiling, thumbs touching. Bring your awareness to your Ajna chakra, the third eye, located in between the eyebrows and slightly above. During the next minute of meditation, when you become aware that the mind has wandered to other thoughts, gently return your focus back to your third eye. slowly return our awareness to the room, taking an active inhalation through the nose, using a longer exhalation out through the nostrils. I invite you to reopen the eyes, gazing softly at the floor in front of you. We'll end the session here, feeling the benefits of today's practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you guys for coming, and I hope you can make it tomorrow, 12 to 1, and Thursday, 11:15 to 11:45.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Great, rest of the week, but I hope I can see you soon.
Okay.
Hi, Satish.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.